Good evening and welcome to CM Performing Arts Center's online speaker series, CM Spotlight. I'm your host, Tim Pappalardo. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I apologize for a little bit of the delay. Using technology sometimes makes things a little bit difficult. And I was looking for my script for the program this evening, and I'm like, oh my goodness, where is it? I couldn't find the script. So I thank you so much for your patience and also for joining us this evening. So last week we had a panel of CM alumni who performed in the cruise ship industry and called At Sea. If you missed that or the other amazing CM Spotlight programs with Michael Carbonaro, Name Drop the Boys, Jane Monheit, Sonny Palladino, the cast and creative team from Holiday Inn, Jessica Paz, Journey Cross and Crucifixion, Nikki Sanchez, Robert Anthony Jones. You can check all of those out on CM's Facebook or YouTube pages, and all those videos are living there for you to check out and review. So again, thank you so much for being here. So on our sister program, so there's two programs, CM Spotlight and CM Live, the Cabaret series, we have a really great theme this week. It is CM Classics. I'm looking for the logo. Where is the logo? It's just not my evening this evening. So anyway, but here to talk about that is our artistic director, Patrick Grossman. Hey, Patrick.
Hey, everyone. How are you?
I am very well. And for everybody out there, they're doing well too. So glad that you're here. And so Patrick, here it is. I found the logo. So Cabaret series, episode 7, CM Classics. So tell me a little bit about it.
So this one's fun. We took a little break last week, as you know, to announce the season, and then we're back with CM Live. And tomorrow's show with the classics is a mixture of a little of everything. We're bringing back a lot of people that you have not seen in a long time, which I'm so thrilled that they said yes and they could come back to do. A lot of faces you will absolutely recognize, as you can see on the bottom of the screen. And then as far as the classics go, it's not just classic songs that we're singing. What kind of makes it a little funny is we've been around for a very long time. And in the past, there were some shows more than others that got repeated a little bit more than others. So we're taking a little spin off of that and all the fun shows that we've done in the past that maybe been repeated more than once or twice. These are the songs that I was singing from.
So I'm looking at it, and sort of the cat is a little out of the bag because we know who the people are, and we're looking at the names here. Richard Panetta, who we haven't seen yet. Danny Amy. Oh my God, Diana. I don't know her. I can't see it too well, but Diana Buchwald, if we were to call her out, doing all these incredible shows. So we know the show, but can you tell us any of the songs they're doing? Zoom in.
Now, I'm going to leave that a secret. I mean, like you said, if you look at the people and you know what the theme of the program is tomorrow, I think you might guess who's singing what. But I'll leave that for tomorrow. Tune in at 8 o'clock.
Fantastic. So just to let everybody know, tomorrow, CM Live, CM Classics. Tomorrow, Friday, May 29th at 8 p.m. right here on CM's Facebook and YouTube page. So that is so exciting. So we have, Patrick, as you know, we have been fundraising on CM's GoFundMe page. And as of today, we have raised $18,100 of a $50,000 goal. So thank you, everybody, for helping us get towards that goal. It's a big undertaking, and want to thank everybody who has donated thus far. And for those who have not donated yet, maybe tonight, maybe the night that you donate. We've said in the past, asking for money is the most difficult thing, but thank you in advance for everybody who has donated and for those who are thinking about donating. So I'm looking over my script here. So with that, Patrick, let's get the spotlight underway, shall we?
Absolutely.
So, at our last board meeting, an idea was tossed around to update the community on the status of the organization. And we thought, what better way than to do it right here on CM's Speaker Series? And that's the program's called Onward and Upward, a discussion with CM's Board of Directors, Executive, and Artistic Director on the status of the organization. So, we thought for this talk that we were going to fill you in on how the pandemic, COVID-19, hit the organization financially and programmatically, and how we as an organization rallied together with really just one goal in mind, to keep CM afloat during this difficult time. And we also discussed how we would operate CM post-pandemic. So all those things we're going to be talking about today. So as an FYI, this is the largest group panel discussion that we have had on CM Spotlight. And if you look at these names, all these people you are going to be seeing this evening. So they will be here. The dilemma is this streaming platform, this fantastic streaming platform that we use, only allows for 6 panelists at a time. So there are folks literally in the wings. They can hear everything that we're talking about and will be coming in and out of the interview. So, but at certain points, you're only going to see 6 squares. So, just so you know, they're here. So if you have a question, also put your questions into the Facebook question section and we will bring them into the interview as we go along. And if you have a specific question for a specific person, I'll bring them into the interview. So if you don't see them here, just know that everybody who is in that picture is going to be with us this evening. So I thought what would be good is that we also introduce you to the board of directors and understand and hopefully help showcase to you why our board of directors choose to volunteer for CM. So I'm going to bring that, literally a brand new video that was created today so that you could meet all the board and hear why they volunteer at CM. So here is that clip. And hopefully we can hear it.
CM has always been much more than a theater to me. It's my second home. It's really the place I grew up. See, I found CM when I was just 18 years old, and after a lifetime of feeling different and unaccepted and pushed down, I had finally found a place that not only lifted me up, but actually celebrated who I was. A safe place filled with love and encouragement and acceptance. A place where I could actually discover my talents without the fear of failure or judgment.
I volunteer for CM because I believe theater enriches the lives of so many. For our cast and crew members, it teaches responsibility and teamwork. And for our youngsters, it's a training ground, allowing them to explore creatively in a safe and welcoming environment. And for our patrons, it is an escape from everyday life to enjoy the greatness that is musical theater. I want CM to be around for generations to come, and I can think of no better of an organization to support. Thank you, CM, for always being there for me.
CM, as we like to call it, has been around for 30 years. I've been a volunteer there for 15 of those years through Journey Cross and Crucifixion, a live Stations of the Cross adaptation that was one of the first productions ever done by Creative Ministries.
I volunteer at CM because I support Long Island theater.
We were first introduced to the theater when our son Johnny played Oliver in 2014 while he was in the 7th grade. We were immediately welcomed into the CM family by Noah Ruiz, the theater's founder, and CM will always hold a special place in all of our hearts because of Noel.
I volunteer because I think it's important to help CM continue its mission and to keep Noel's legacy alive. I think it's important for our community, for our children, and our children's children. Our children's children. Wow. That's a lot of
I wanted to help others have an experience like mine and to support countless artists, craftspeople, students, and volunteers that all call CM their second home.
And there you have it. There's our board of directors who work at CM and who volunteer at CM. And also we have 2 fantastic executive leadership individuals, Patrick Grossman, who is our artistic director, and also Elise Arpino, who is our executive director. And while we're at it, we're going to introduce everybody who's going to be on the panel today. So with that, Chairman Mark Hollid Osei, co-treasurers Bob Solak and Christine Jansen, Secretary Portia DeGiorgio, and directors Ellen Dumlau and Joe Naftel. So with that, I am going to be pulling in Mark.
Hey, everybody. How are you?
Hi, Mark. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
It's a pleasure to have the board here. A couple of 2 weeks ago, I was nervous when Michael Carbonaro was on, but I have to say, and I told everybody when we talked about this that I wasn't going to be nervous, but I'm even more nervous because everybody is here. everybody that I look up to is here on this call. It's absolutely. It's incredible. So let's start right away in the discussions. So last Friday, CM announced our main stage season. So we didn't even get the okay from the government to go ahead and move forward. So but we decided to launch our season, which is there it is. So Mark, Elise, why did we decide to go forward with the launch?
Well, obviously we're following every guideline that's given to us from the government. And when we're looking at the different phases, we see, okay, our phase and when we should be able to open to the public will be right around August 1st, which is when is supposed to be opening night of our first show. We're not like other businesses. So if they tell us, okay, you can open August 1st, if we don't do anything or prepare anything until that time, then we won't be able to open for some time after that because there's rehearsals that need to happen. There's sets that need to be built, costumes that need to be built. So if we're gauging, okay, if New York goes through all of the phases successfully and we are able to open August 1st, we need to prepare and plan for that right now so that when August 1st rolls around, we're back on our feet so we can bring you.
Got it. Let's see. For people who may have missed it, our first show was On Your Feet.
On your feet.
So good, Mark.
And I think it's a sense of hope, Tim, that we're ready. We're ready for you. When everything is back up on its feet, we want to give you a little bit of hope. We want to give you something to look forward to, that we're going to be ready. Our doors are going to be open, and we can't wait to welcome you back.
Well, I am looking so forward to CM being able to, launch our upcoming show in July, and what a show! Yeah. What a show to kick off, a fantastic season on your feet. So, but Patrick, we also have some other incredible children's theater that's going to be coming back as well. Can you share a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're super excited. So the next children's theater show we have coming up will be Seussical the Musical, followed by Disney's Moana, and then around Halloween, Disney's Descendants, and then back by popular demand at Christmas, we're bringing back the Magic Toy Shop.
Yay. All fantastic shows, and what we wanted to be able to showcase, and if you haven't noticed, we're going to talk about this in a moment, but we launched CM's brand new launched website, and it really talks about how we have something for everybody: main stage productions, children's theater, special events, and we'll talk a little bit more about the website in a moment. But what we're trying to showcase here is that we have something for everybody. So Elise, I know people are going to be asking, what processes and procedures are in place to ensure that the theater, like the ticket windows, snack bar, lobby, seats, are all, properly disinfected and people are safe performing and sitting in the audience.
Yeah, sure.
What do we have planned?
So, like any business, we're staying current with the announcements being made from the CDC and from our governor. And so it's no secret that things are changing minute to minute, hour by hour. And so we're staying on top of all of that. We're making sure that everything that's going to be protocol and procedure we'll be following. And we're doing things to anticipate some of those decisions too. So we've already purchased a few digital thermometers in anticipation that that's going to be something that is part of our new normal. And pretty much the same procedures too that are becoming part of our daily lives. So everyone's going to be wearing a mask to make sure that everyone is safe and comfortable. And as those guidelines start to roll out, we'll be adding all of them on. Some of it is great because we were already doing it at CM. We were already making sure that we had a clean, beautiful atmosphere for you to come into. And those procedures will continue and just change as things are changing. And so we just want to make sure that you feel comfortable and you feel safe and that we're following all the guidelines set forth for us by the government.
Got it. So, what I want to point out to everybody is that, the pandemic hit. We had to unfortunately close our doors, but we have not stopped working behind the scenes to make sure that once we got the approvals from the government to move forward and to be able to open our doors literally and turn on the lights on the stage, that we were going to be ready for you. So we have taken the time to be able to get our ducks in a row. Right, Mark?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. When everything happened, when COVID first happened, it was kind of a perfect storm for us, right? We had just recently put in a brand new sound system. We had just replaced, I think it was 2 HVAC systems. The rights for all of the shows that are in this upcoming season were all due for us to pay, and we'll go over later what rights are for those of you that don't know. Rent was due. All of our normal bills were due. Now, all of this is fine, and this is kind of normal, and we had planned for it with having ticket sales and subscriptions and our educational program. But when our doors had to, unfortunately, close, all of a sudden we had no way of paying for all of these things that were scheduled out throughout the year, right? So we really didn't have a choice but to start fundraising immediately, right? And that was to not only keep us current with all of our bills, but to prepare us so that when it is time for us to open again, we will be prepared, and we will be prepared because we are doing all of programming like this to keep our ducks in a line, like you said, Tim.
Yeah. So that's really interesting that you bring that up, Mark, because from my knowledge, CM was one of the first theaters on Long Island to start fundraising, and you answered that question already. So but we, Elise, go ahead. Sure.
No, you know what I was going to say too, Tim. We decided to do what we do best in fundraising. We're a performing arts center. And so that's what we do best. And that was a way that we could stay connected with all of our patrons, and we could hopefully come into their homes at a time when we couldn't gather together. So we wanted to continue fundraising to stay alive, but at the same time, we wanted to keep our patrons alive by bringing theater right into their homes. And that's what we do best.
So looking at that, CM decided that fundraising was a priority. And we chose to do it online. Why did we choose to do it online and not, mailers, not, why did we go that route?
I think it's like Elise was saying, right? We didn't want to just reach out to the community and say, we need your help, we need financial support, and look for donations, when honestly, we know this is a time that many other people in the community are worried about their own finances, right? So, however, we did need help with our finances at this time. So we said, you know what, let's do, like Elise said, what we do our best, which is entertain. We wanted to put a smile on people's faces. And, we've always had this great exchange with the community. We always bring so much to the community, both on the stage and off the stage, just providing a safe place for, young actors or performers to come and kind of grow and hone their skills. And also just entertaining the community. And exchange, the community has always been very generous with us with ticket sales and subscriptions and donations. So we said, let's kind of keep that same rhythm and that same relationship we have. Let's entertain like we always do, and hope that the community will respond in the way that they always do. And luckily, so far, they really have, and it's been a success. I think people are really enjoying all the free programming we're giving out.
Yeah, so we have this program, CM Spotlight, and we also have CM Live, and we've been able to, showcase some incredible alumni on this program, and then showcase our current performers and our past performers on CM Live. But it also was a tool for us. Here's one of the reasons why we did these programs is because we're able to get in front of people and have them, see all the amazing things that CM has done, is doing, and be able to use those platforms to say, hey, we're here and we need your help. So Mark, I would ask you, what type, or Mark or Elise, what type of fundraisers do we have, going on now, and what's coming up?
Well, I mean, like you said, CM Spotlight and CM Live, two really exciting programs that kind of grew out of necessity. And I always like to say, out of great tragedy or sadness, sometimes beauty can really be born. And I think we've done that here with these two programs. I think post-COVID, these two programs will probably stick around in some sort of incarnation. I'm sure Elise and Patrick are ready to kill me when I say that, because these programs are a lot of work, and you too, Tim.
Mhm.
But we'll probably keep them around in some sort of way because people just really respond well to them and love them. We do have other fundraising efforts coming up as well, which will soon be announced. I can't give away too much information now, but if you check out our website, cmpac.com, or follow us on all of our social media platforms, Brendan, who's our social media director, does a fantastic job of really communicating everything that's going on at the theater. So check our social media platforms. You'll see all the cool fundraising things we have coming up very soon. And of course, like always, we have our Inner Circle, which is ongoing, which will always be ongoing.
So that's interesting, Mark, that you talk about that, about Inner Circle. And I know that Portia, who's on our board, Christine, I'm going to drop you off for a second. I'm going to bring in Portia. So Portia had been working on the Inner Circle, and I'm going to bring up that lovely logo. Isn't that lovely? So many theaters have donor programs. Ours is called Inner Circle. So Portia, why is Inner Circle, a donor program, important to a nonprofit theater company?
So as we are a nonprofit theater, we really rely on the generosity of our Inner Circle donors to help us to move Noelle's legacy forward. We rely on these donations to help us pay our expenses, from the ever-increasing cost of theatrical rights, to the amazing sets, to the beautiful costumes, and to help us maintain the theater. And if you think about what it costs to maintain a house, you can imagine what it costs to maintain a theater. So each and every dollar of our donations are always invested back into the theater. So if you can, please, if you can spare the minimum of $9 a month or more, we invite you to support CM by joining our Inner Circle.
So I looked on the website, and we have a brand new website. I'm going to bring that up again, but we have all these different levels. But of course, it's just a way of being a part of the community of those who sponsor the theater. And if you look like the Metropolitan Opera, or you look at some very big companies, these lists are like 8-9 pages long of people. So we're incredibly grateful to everyone who is a part of the Inner Circle program, and it really is an important backbone to any type of theater. So Elise, Portia just talked about it a moment ago, which I thought was like, she compared it to a house. Things cost money, and you don't think about it often, because you know the theater's there. You walk in the door, you sit down, the show starts, it's all ready to go. It's magic.
Yeah.
Jessica Paz talked about that a couple of weeks ago, about how theater. She thought theater was just magic. That it just magically happens. It doesn't just magically happen, because there are costs to running the theater, from turning on the lights, to communications with patrons via email, upkeep of facilities, staff. The staff. Oh my God, the staff. So, what goes into, running a theater, at least, since you are now CM's, I think, are you on your 1-year anniversary with us?
I am.
Oh my God. Happy anniversary.
What a way to ring it in.
If there's ever a year to challenge you, it's this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pass the test, at least.
So,
yeah,
go ahead.
One heck of a test. No, but that was a great analogy, actually, because we are always calling CM our home. So to compare it to a house is a great analogy. And you're absolutely right, Tim. There's magic in theater. When you walk in, you're overcome by it. And so that's part of our bills, the production side of it, which Patrick is going to talk a little bit about. But the other side of it, too, is running a business. And so we don't own our own space. we're very fortunate with the space that we have and that it's been a home for as long as it has been and continues to be. But we pay a rent and we pay utilities just like everybody else at home. So, it costs a lot to open the doors, the lighting, the heat, and the office staff who is setting things up. We also have to pay for a ticketing program to make sure that everything runs smoothly. And all of those things come into play in part of, owning our organization and being part of our organization. And we're very fortunate with the amount of volunteers that we have. But some things are very overwhelming for a volunteer. So we need the staff to do that.
So you just talked about the Daly Tunnel. I think that's you, Elise. I think that's your sound. I think. So Elise, you talked about the daily runnings of the theater, but so that's just like to turn the lights on and to do the daily operation. So, but on top of that, we have all of the operation costs just to even mount a production. And I pulled a picture. Let's look at this picture, shall we? It's Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, Tim Conway, one of our fantastic actors, and the team. If you look at that, that is a very expensive picture. I mean, we had a bus on stage that lit up, that changed colors, that it was incredible. But those things are not, it's not cheap. So if you've attended one of our Inner Circle events, Patrick Grossman, our artistic director, has given a summary of what it costs to produce the show. And in all honesty, it costs money. And it's not like Dolly Parton where it's like, it takes a lot of money to look this cheap. It takes a lot of money to look good. And we want to look as good and as polished as possible. So Patrick, isn't that true?
Absolutely. And it's not getting easier. It's only getting harder. I would say probably, Elise just talked about the everyday stuff. Each production is separate as well. The last couple of years, I would say the rights have gone up anywhere between $10,000 to $15,000. Now, mind you, that is just to say we're doing the show. Like that little poster you saw on your feet, that's how much it basically costs just to say that. Then when it goes into production, we're talking about all said and done, anywhere between $30,000 and $50,000 is spent on this production. And that's not including what Elise just talked about. That's not including our advertising. That's not including any of the office, the tickets, any of that. So, and we're doing these, 4 shows a season, 8 a year. So it is not easy at all. That's why Inner Circle is so important to us. And if you can't do that, just coming to support and watch a show means so much to us.
So, Elise, CM moved in to 931 Montauk Highway, Oakdale, New York, 23 years ago this May or June, when I think it was June. We had June?
Yeah.
When we had our first production, The Impossible Dream, Man of La Mancha. Oh my gosh, I just remembered who played Don Quixote. Don Dowdell.
Yes, he did.
Don Dowdell here. I remember we had one of those unfortunate moments. We had an actor who couldn't be there, and whose commitment, unfortunately, didn't allow them to. And Don Dowdell Sr. stepped into the role of Don Quixote in literally 5 rehearsal days. Patrick, are you glad those days are over? Oh my goodness, the responsibility, the weight on someone's shoulders to create such an amazing character and for the launching of this building. So, but just imagine, 23 years ago. So, but with that time, I'm getting older. Elise, you're not getting older. You look the same. I'll just say I'm looking older. Be careful. I'm getting older, and unfortunately, equipment starts to go. So that's our sound system. Mark just talked a moment ago about our sound system being updated. Can you tell me about that project?
Yeah, there's no Botox for a sound system.
Can't believe you just. It's not my secret.
I'm not pointing fingers. I'm just saying. But yeah, so it comes with the building. It comes with an aging building, and things naturally happen and naturally age and grow. So we wanted to stay current. There's so many new changes and new advances. And as an organization, we felt it was important to stay current with that. But at the same time, our equipment was getting old. And we, as Patrick said, we put on 8 shows a year. So we really are putting it through the ringer, and so we were tasked with putting together a brand new sound system. We went digital, which is amazing. And we had such support from the patrons and the inner circle, which made that possible, to do a project like that and to continue doing projects like that with the building. The carpet. We have a great marketing team, as Mark had talked about before, with social media. And so all of those things just come along with being in a building as old as ours. It's got a great history, but it's getting old. So.
Yeah. So another one of the things. Another one. I think it's Elise. It's you. Another one.
I don't hear anything.
Is it me?
I'm sorry.
Oh. So on top of that, on top of the sound system, what we did there, we also realized that the heating and the ventilation system
started getting hot.
Please bring your sweater. We didn't have to say that to people. And Bob, you were a part of that process, about that project. Can you talk about that project?
Absolutely. And we've talked about the age of the building. And I mean, it was a movie theater before we moved in, and there was a lot of work that was done over the years. But to be good stewards of the money that we received from the loyal patrons and the inner circle members, we went out and we got 3 quotes, and kudos to Elise, because she really did a great job finding companies that were interested in helping a small nonprofit theater like us. And we got a really good deal. So in the middle of that heat wave last summer, our air conditioning units went out. We did have 1 or 2 working units that were able to get us through until we could get the new ones put in. And then later in the year, we had to replace more. So it wasn't just the one time. It's a couple of times this year. But now we're very comfortable with brand new units. And, it's just something that a theater like us has to go through, because, we want to make sure that the patrons are comfortable. And, it was a relatively easy project, although Elise was there for a lot of hours while that was all going on. So it's a good thing.
In a very hot office.
Yes.
So the sound system, the air conditioning system, and we just, on Friday with the launch of the new season, and I'm gonna bring that picture back up, because I'm excited about these shows. On Your Feet, Holiday Inn, Matilda, Elf the Musical. So besides that, we launched CM's website as well. And Joe, you were an instrumental part of launching CM's website. Why did we do that now?
Sure. So it's been in the works for a little bit of time, and we thought that with the new season, it was a great time to really launch them side by side, because they really do kind of go hand in hand. Everything we do at CM is so rooted in storytelling, and we figured it was really important for us to have a web platform that not only gives everyone instant access to CM news and information, and one that really reflects our modern aesthetic of all of our productions, but also a platform that can support the storytelling that we're doing on stage in a new digital way. So we're looking at giving patrons a real inside look into everything that we're doing through cast interviews, behind the scenes features, page to stage series, and our new blog. And also for our alumni, we launched our new production archive that has old production photos and playbills dating all the way back to 1987. And if anyone has any to share, they can email those over and we'll get those right up.
So I think what's also cool about it, because I'm excited to be able to, I purchased tickets for my mom to come and see shows at CM. There's going to be a whole new ticket system, right? That's going to be used on this. It's it's game changer for us, right?
Absolutely. So it's not just the aesthetics of the website and what it looks like, but the entire ticketing engine running underneath was swapped out as well, and it really enables us to have so many new things that we've been wanting for a while. Buying VIP tables online, buying subscriptions online, new subscriber perks, new online accounts. all things we're now able to offer patrons because of this new ticketing engine, in addition to just a really seamless and easy ticketing experience.
So
It's gonna be amazing.
So the reason I asked all these questions, why I asked about the sound system, why I asked about the heating and air conditioning system, why I asked about the website, why I asked about the launching, it's all about longevity. Did I say that right? Longevity. Yeah. It's all about us being here. And CM has always wanted to put our best foot forward. And we plan to be here. And really the message from this talk today was about showcasing, hey, COVID came, our doors shut. We had a plan in place in order to get through this period and to continue moving through this period so that we could open up our doors, but utilizing this time to get, again, our ducks in a row so that we are absolutely prepared and doing everything in the best possible way. And again, all these things were all about longevity. So, Patrick, what I've always found very interesting, because it's just an incredible puzzle. CM, I mean, I live in New York City. I see a lot of other organizations. I've traveled because I work in events. I get to see so many things. I've never seen a theater the size of CM do the amount of programs that we do in a year's time, from main stage, children's theater, special events, to touring programs. We do so much. And I can't even think about how you handle the calendar for what CM does. How does that happen?
No sleep.
It's actually true. If I could only show you the secret book that I have that has all the dates in there, you'd be completely blown away. It's a lot. It really is a lot. We do every week. We have something. Every day we have something. But that's the way we want it. As stressful it is on our staff, our public, we need to make sure that there's something for everyone out there, whether it's any age, any taste you have. That's what we're doing. So it's not just what we do with the rent. We have rentals, we have kids camps, classes, children's theater shows, main stage, special events. None of us like to sleep, apparently, but I think that that's what makes us who we are, and that's bringing the word home. It's like you go home and there's always something to do. You come here, there's always something to do, and there's always someone there, even people who aren't involved in necessarily like theater that much. We have so much to offer. There's something for everyone. And that's why we keep the calendar as busy as we do.
So I was just looking over at the Facebook comments, and I want to bring these in. So Juliana, I love the new website.
Yes, Juliana.
Yay.
Fantastic. Greg Saramello, one of our emeritus board members. CM has made it through the tough times. It will make it through this one as well. Keep up all the good work.
Hi, Greg.
Let's see. Jody Fox, she just commented, I can't wait for Matilda in particular. Fantastic. Amanda Wenchel, one of our stage managers. I think she's clapping. I think that's a clapping. Fantastic. So, Patrick, thank you for explaining that. I'm still as lost as we from when we started.
Secrets, Tim. Nice try.
If I give you all my secrets, everyone would do it.
It's true. It's absolutely true. So, so Bob and Christine, you're here. So because of COVID, the entire season, programs, I mean, literally everything the CM did came to a screeching halt. And we've been pretty direct, with our audience members, with our alumni, that income is just not coming in the door. So how is the organization, I mean, this is the big question. How is the organization doing financially?
Well, Tim, we're okay. We're okay. As Patrick and Elise and Mark and you have mentioned, there are fixed bills that, like everybody during this unfortunate situation, we still have to cover. We have to cover that rent. We have had to keep some staff on. There are still things that need to get done. Luckily, we are just holding on and we are able to cover those fixed expenses. There's other expenses that our staff, Elise, Patrick, the rest of our board, everybody has gone out of their way to cut them down as much as possible. I know Elise walks around shutting off every light and turning down every thermostat. Nobody's here. No need for electric. So we're covering
cell phone flashlights. Put up a cell phone flashlight.
No way.
At least we're rehearsing right now. Can you turn the light back on, please?
Nope, can't do it. So we're okay with those fixed expenses. We've been very lucky and very fortunate to have our supporters. We've definitely had to lean in on that GoFundMe page. So we need those those donations to keep coming in. As we've announced, and we're all so happy and so excited for our new season coming up, what we're hoping and we know our subscribers will come back and people will buy those tickets and we will be able to open this season as soon as we are allowed and it's safe. And that's what we're really banking on to carry us through the end of the year. So next year, we will definitely come back stronger, healthier, and we'll really make it back next year, no problem. We need those sales and those subscribers to keep us going.
Well, what the old adage of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger really comes into play here, because we've weathered quite a few storms over the past few years, and this one seems to be the worst one that I've lived through. But our programs are there. The funds will be coming in again. Patrick and Elise have done a great job getting the theater schedule ready to go again. So we're going to hit the ground running once we're allowed to open up again. So thank you to all the supporters again. I think we've all said it a few times, but I'd like to say it again, that the folks that are donated to the GoFundMe, our inner circle, our loyal patrons who buy the tickets to the show, you're the real winners here. So thank you very much. We will make it through this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we have a question from Jody Fox, which I think is a good one. And I'm going to bring that in here. Although I'll bring up Joanne's. I clicked on the wrong one first. But Joanne, we will be there for you forever. Thank you, Joanne.
Hello. The Hamiltons are wonderful inner circle members.
We love them.
Yeah.
Thank you. So a question from Jody Fox. If you're checking questions, Jody, I am. I wrote your question here on my pad. Jody, ask the question. So I had it here. I was going to ask it. So I definitely got. So if you post your questions, definitely going to get to it. So, how is volunteering changing with COVID? There are normally 3 or 4 of us at the concession stand, close proximity, handing out tickets in the theater. How is that going to change, Elise?
Sure. So we're putting together a whole bunch of new protocol and procedures. And as I said, nothing's been formally announced at this point because things are ever changing. And so the tier system has been set up. And right now we're in tier 1. And so CM and entertainment is right now in tier 4. So we're putting together all the procedures we can. Obviously, social distancing will come into play. We'll be following all the same procedures and protocol as set forth now. Again, masks will be worn. And we're constantly changing and updating and adding to that list of policies and procedures to make sure that everybody feels safe and comfortable being there. So it'll change for volunteers as well.
So we have another question from Paul Hartig. He's watching. We all want CM to be around for a long time. How does ticket sales cover when it comes to operating costs versus individual donors or corporate gifts and grants? Wow, that was a very long question, Paul. Who wants to field this question?
You know what? I can take it if you want.
Great.
It's funny. It kind of all goes into a pot, right? Between our ticket sales and donors, inner circle, nothing covers. We are not-for-profit, right? So I know, people always ask that question, when I donate my money to a not-for-profit, when I support them by buying tickets for them, how much of that actually goes to the not-for-profit and how many people are getting rich off of these donations? I can assure you nobody is getting rich in our organization off of this. We have very modest pay. We have very few people that are actually paid. We have a lot of volunteers in our organization, and every penny we get, whether it be from ticket sales or donations or inner circle, goes back into bringing this quality, this high-level quality performance to you for really inexpensive tickets. That's our goal and that's our mission, is to be able to entertain the community, expose the community to great art and great live art and not have to charge astronomical prices. We want a family to be able to come and enjoy and not break the bank for them. So really every penny goes right back into sound, to keeping the place hot or cold depending on the season, and the rights, and making the shows perfect, and all the different expenses that go with it. So, you know, which part covers what? Nothing covers everything. That's why we're always fundraising. You know, it is a not-for-profit. We literally don't make a profit. It all goes right back into the organization.
Yeah.
Great answer, Mark. I wanna bring a nice laugh in here. Lisa says, Pat looks like he did 23 years ago.
Lisa, thank you. I wish I did. That's not true. Thank you.
And then we have Emma.
We miss you.
And then we have Emily Hanaway. Pat looks bronzed and gorgeous as ever.
Love you, Emily.
What are we all?
Wow. Did you stage those people, Patrick?
I swear I didn't. But I like it.
Well, you did moisturize before we started today.
Bob, don't give my secrets away.
Camera
Pat.
So we talked about all these things that are going on at CM and why we needed to fundraise. And why we needed to stay in front of the community. And we chose to do, fundraising through these two programs, the CM Spotlights live speaker series, which we're on right now, and then, CM Live. And so this was the easiest and safest way was to do it online. So hence why we started these programs. And not to toot our own horn, but if you look back at our first episode here on this program, March 26th, I mean, COVID was announced in New York on like March 12th. I think people started to take it very seriously, and within 1 week's time, we kicked off this program. And it's the same thing we can also be said about CM Live, that we literally, I think a week after CM Spotlight came, CM Live came on board.
Yeah.
So we created, so for me, because I work specifically on this program, it's a lot. It's a lot to do these programs. We every week researching the people who are coming on, getting our questions set so that that we look as top notch. I like to my best Barbara Walters, or that was a terrible impression. My God, so bad, so bad. So, but what we found through doing these programs is that it's brought back CM alumni in this program, but then also, Patrick, the same as CM Live, right?
Absolutely. It was fun. We don't, with so many people from the past, they have families now, and there's not that they don't want to come back. It's just the time to commit to all those rehearsals and running for a month. So having the CM Live series, we were able, it's no commitment. We were able to bring people back from 20 years ago, 30 years ago to sing and perform with us, or even just host or talk with us. And so many people are writing emails or chiming in from the past. And it really is, it's amazing. It truly is amazing. And like Mark said, I really hope that when things do reopen, that these kind of things could still go on, just in a different way.
So I'm looking here and I saw this comment and I want to bring it in because it is a mouthful. Here's to Gail Keyser, June Kaiser, Victor Gumper, Don Dowdell, Sal DeCaterina, Bill Durkin, Lorette Bankson, and of course Noel, the board of directors in the fall of 2018. That was an honor and a joy to remain with until 2017. The torch has been passed once again to a very able group of individuals. All the best. Bob, one of our fantastic long-time house managers.
Thanks,
Thank
Bob.
you. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you for saying that. So I brought up, the content of these programs because it just doesn't happen. There, we're thinking about the best ways in order to present these programs and doing our research, getting people involved in the programs. And, there is a whole team of people behind the scenes, which you don't see, and Joe, you're a very big part of CM Live, which a lot of people don't know about. So, can you talk to me about, what's happening behind the scenes and how many people are, involved?
Sure. So, when we started CM Live, it was important that we took the same production quality that everyone is used to seeing at CM and brought that into the digital format. So tons and tons of people are involved. Just like when you see one of the shows on our main stage. The people on stage are just, you know, the tip of the iceberg of all of the people involved behind the scenes. The same is true for CM Live. So each episode starts with our producers, and they get performers together, and then they spend the week, you know, finding music and rehearsing, and then getting graphics and voiceovers and the music together. And all that comes together for each Friday night episode. And by the time we go live Friday night, it's already time for everyone to start working on the next episode. So just like our constant main stage season, it's an around the clock sort of experience.
Got it.
You know,
There is, yes, Mark, please go ahead.
I want to jump in on one thing. So I'm going off your script of questions for 1 second. You know, it's funny. You were just bringing up how it's amazing how, you know, a week after COVID, you were able to pull together the CM Spotlight, and what is it, 2 weeks after COVID happening, CM Live was able to go up, a new website, and all these amazing things happened so quickly and at such high quality. And as you're saying that, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, no, that's not amazing. That's kind of what we do. And I'm like, but I'm looking at all the faces on the screen, and I'm looking at all the people who have brought these programs, and it just clicked to me, you know, the reason we can pull all this together is we were all trained by Noelle. We all went through that impossible dream training of, no, we can do anything we put our mind to. That's completely impossible, but we'll get it done somehow. You know? I love that as I'm looking and thinking of all the people that are bringing these programs, I'm like, we went through the school of hard knocks with Noelle. You have 2 minutes to put on a production. What can you do? And Patrick's running somewhere and building something, say, here you go. And it's fantastic, you know? So it's just not shocking at all when you look at the training we all got from Noelle.
Mhm.
Noelle is a special person who enriched so many people's lives, and I said in the video that I think theater enriches lives, but I think for CM specifically, I think Noelle enriched so many people's lives, and I've heard so many stories from people on this program, from people in life that, you know, right before Noelle passed, that everyone says that they had this moment with Noelle. I don't know what it is. They had an argument, they had a hug, they stopped in, they had a lunch, they had a glass of Dewar's. You know, they all got together and had that special moment with Noelle and got to reconnect. A lot of people have had that. And I think that, you know, you talk about Noelle and about what he brought to the theater, and I think he was really the heart of the organization and why people came back. I mean, literally, people would go away for 10 to 15 years and would come right back, and he would be like, I have a feather boa for you. It's in the back of throwing on. You're in Frosty. Go.
Yeah.
Well,
The
like
best
Brendan
mentor.
commented, the CM miracle. That's true. That
The
is
best mentor doesn't know that they're a mentor, and that was him. He had complete purity of heart. His arms were always open, and he saw a light in everybody. He knew how to light the fire in everybody at what they were good at and what they needed. He was just, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a correction. Ronnie said it wasn't Doers, it was Cheval Regal.
I think remember Doers, but okay.
And then Christine Renner Ebert. I don't know if I'm saying her last name right. Noelle understood the community was everything.
Yeah.
So Bobby Cabot has a good question. First off, thank you for bringing community to Long Island Theater. My concern for CMPAC is you to start to spend money on production costs to be ready for phase 4 for On Your Feet. Are you prepared in case phase 4 live theater may not be able to begin until August? Who wants to take that question?
You know what? I think a couple of us can take that question because we've worked so closely hand in hand with that. We're not on like plan A, we're on plan Z, you know? And this is an ever changing, ever flowing process. But you're 100% right. There are costs that come into play with this. And I think we're ready and prepared without the illusion that we may have to move a little bit further back. But we're preparing and we're getting ready because we have our own phases too. We have rehearsal phase, we have set production phase. And I have to say too, the royalty companies have been great through all of this. Yeah. You know, they understand what's happening to all of us because we're all going through it, you know, to pull a little High School Musical. We're all in this together. But yeah, you know, Patrick and Mark and we've had so many discussions about this. So I don't know if you guys have anything to add to that.
No, I mean,
that process.
I think you said the right thing to give the acknowledgement that the royalty companies have been amazing working with us. When we announced this season, we've applied for rights maybe 15 different time slots, and this was finally the one we've landed on for now, and this is what we're doing. And they've been amazing if we've had to switch or move or get a credit, or so there's been a lot of finagling going on, and we are prepared. If God forbid New York doesn't make it through smoothly to phase 4 and we have to move, we have a backup plan. Your tickets are still good. There's no problem. We'll just move your date. There's definitely a backup plan. The costumes, will need them anyway when we finally do go on. The sets will need them anyway when we finally do go on. So they're not lost costs. And the rights companies are willing to move around shows and shuffle them with us. So yeah, everything is great and safe and secure.
And remember that big calendar that I have?
He uses pencil now.
Now I'm only using pencil, correct?
With a big eraser. So I talked a moment about how CM jumped at the opportunity to bring this program, CM Live, this program. This is CM Spotlight. I mean, it's very serious. CM Spotlight. We have a speaker series. We talk about serious issues, and then that's on a Thursday at 7:30, and then we have drinking, hanging out, getting together, enjoying performances. CM Live 8 o'clock on a Friday. It's two very different audiences, I would say, right, Patrick?
Yeah,
possibly.
Absolutely.
So, but we also, besides those two programs, which I love to show these, because I have to say I'm very proud of this program. I'm very proud of the alumni who have come on and every single person that I have reached out to for this program has said yes. So it's been amazing to bring everyone back and also amazing to have all of you and everybody who is in the wings here on the program tonight. It really is like a full circle for me. So I'm very, very proud to have you guys all here. My baby is getting older. We're now on episode 12. But I bring these, and then also CM Live is on your. It's the 8th. It is the 7th episode.
I think that might be, yeah.
Is that a typo?
I think it might be a typo.
Bonus episodes as well.
Say again?
We've had some bonus episodes in between.
Yeah.
Right.
That's true.
And they're both getting older. Let's put it that way. They're getting older.
Be careful.
Terrible teens.
No, but what was really, really awesome, unfortunately, because COVID came, it basically stopped Journey Cross and Crucifixion in its tracks. Mm-hmm. We had our last service at a church, I think the week of March 9th. I think that was Friday the 9th. I think that was our last service. Okay. And, Journey, like Noel is the heartstrings that pulls. Noel is the heart of the organization, and he always has been. Journey is one of those programs that is it. If there's a program that talks about Creative Ministries Inc. as an organization, it is Journey. And this year we've done something with Journey that we have never done before. Elise, Joe, you guys were a part of that team in making it happen. How did that happen?
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. I mean, you said it. Journey was unfortunately kind of cut down in its prime. That's a program that's near and dear to our hearts at CM because it is where we came from. It's one of the founding programs that we had that Noel had started, and it's what formulated CM Performing Arts Center today. So we hold that very close. We cherish that. It's tradition for us to have it every year. And we welcome people back with that every year. We welcome family members back who only do Journey. And we welcome people back who come to see that every year. And we travel with that to parishes all over Long Island and Queens and Brooklyn. So it's very special to us. And when we heard that we had to stop, and the thought of not being able to complete that and not being able to bring that to all the people who are looking forward to it, we kind of started to get creative. As everybody has said, the one amazing thing that's come from all of this, to look at a bright side, is to think outside the box and to get creative. And so we were able to find an archived copy of Journey Crossing Crucifixion that Joe worked very closely with us to be able to live stream that so that we could bring it to people at home during Lent and through the season of Easter.
Absolutely.
I found this online, and I wanted to bring it up because it was just incredible to see that we were able to do this program. You guys can't hear it, but I hear it I hear the violin Via Dolorosa playing. So Joe, how did you get involved with creating this program?
Sure. So, like you said, it's the first time that we've ever been able to present Journey in this format. And it really was sort of a really special thing because not only were we able to give it to people on Long Island who this has become, a part of their Lenten tradition for perhaps the last 30 years and give that to them, but we've been able to give it to people even outside of Long Island. So some of our alumni that cherish this memory of doing this years ago, but have since moved away, they were able to experience Journey together this year with us in a way that they maybe wouldn't be able to do just in a live format.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so cool to see as a person who has been a troop member for the longest time to be able to be a part of it from a distance to see that it was really an awesome thing to do. So Elise, what is going to happen next season? Are we going to be running this video, or are we going to be back in the churches?
Great things have come out of this. So our hope is that we're back, and everything kind of starts to continue on the climb of mending. And we'll be able to come to the churches and we'll be able to come to the parishes and bring it to you live. But you never know. This was something wonderful we had this year, and hopefully we'll be able to continue it.
So what's been really, really cool because of Journey Cross Crucifixion, because of CM Live, because of CM Spotlight, we have connected with our alumni. And I'm talking our alumni performers, our alumni volunteers, our alumni audience members, our basically, our alumni. And Ellen, I think you have said this before, like our alumni community and reconnecting with people. So, are you playing?
I'm sorry, I was like, alumni are very special people. They're the luckiest people.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome at the piano, Ellen Doomlau. I mean, we're all waiting. We're going to stop the program just so that you could sing. So.
Oh, I didn't finish out the chord progression, but when people were talking about how special the alumni, the alumni community, the alumni family is, I just thought of people and just substituting it for alumni. CM alumni are very special people. So that's my little underscoring for everything.
So in the past year, Ellen, yeah, it's a great segue. And so in the past year, Ellen, we've had more alumni get involved in. Oh, no, I'm skipping questions here. So in the past year, we've had more alumni come back and be involved in the theater. So tell me, what's been done? What do we got planned going on in the future? What's happening?
What's happening? Well, a while ago, we formed the Alumni Archive Committee, where we took all these pictures. Patrick showed us this huge cabinet of photos, photo albums, publicity shots of pre-digital time of Creative Ministries CM Performing Arts Center. So a group of us got together and we started scanning them, and those are the pictures that are now in the current website, correct? I think so.
I'm gonna pull that up. Is that it? Look.
All those photos, yes. They were all scanned. Christine Renner-Ebert, Heather Van Velser Thorgeson, Debbie Schindler, Don Dowdell, a whole bunch of us just got together and we started sorting out through all these photos of Knickerbocker Avenue, Dante Court, when we got to theater, all the people that were involved. And it was like a very healing process as well, because all of us gathered together while we were rehearsing for the first tribute concert after Noel had passed. And it was just a healing time to go through all these photos. And those have now been digitized, but there are still more photos and photo albums to be digitized. So, and out of that, we were able to, with the help of Kate Arzo and the Sayville Historical Society, do a little presentation to reintroduce ourselves to the community through the library, the Sayville Library. And we all got together and we just told the story of Creative Ministries, CM Performing Arts, also the history of the Oakdale Theater when it used to be a 99-cent theater, and all the different types of businesses. And we found that as we did these library shows, people would come from people who knew Noel and just wanted to listen to his story, his legacy, how he started Creative Ministries with Joseph and Lynn Cahalan and Brian Schnerman, how it started, and everybody shared their own personal experiences of how they connected with this community. And it was a wonderful, beautiful, healing thing. And I encourage anybody in the alumni who wants to be a part of archiving Creative Ministry, CM Performing Arts Center, the Noelis Ruiz Theater at CM Performing Arts Center. There are a bunch of pictures that we can now scan and put it all into that beautiful CM Alumni Hub. Finally, thank you, Joe. That's wonderful. And the other thing that we're working on, and this is with the help of Patrick and Elise, are the CM Alumni Nights. They've been picking out dates where we can all come together to support the show that's on main stage. And we get together as a family. We reserve the VIP section, and we all come there to fellowship, because that's one of the beautiful things about CM, and Noel just loved to see everybody come together as one big family. So that's what we kind of do. And we just like spread the love that is there on stage. We love everybody on that stage performing. They love us back. And it's a way for the family to just mix and mingle and get to know each other, because they're, like you said, some people have been away for 15 years. Some people have been away for 30 years. And it is a way for us to just welcome everybody back and say, look at this place. Isn't it wonderful? Look at where we are. Look where we came from, and all the memories that were made there, all the friendships that were made there. So I'm hoping that we are going to continue to do those types of programs for our CM family, CM community. And I'd like to also work with Elise and Patrick to even work on the children's theater, because now the parents have their children, and it would be a wonderful experience, right, Patrick, to have the alumni there and their children enjoy the children's theater and just, continue the journey. So
I think nothing is better than having a child experience their first theatrical experience, and what better place to do it than in CM's what's the word? I was going to say very beautiful, very I'm trying to think of the word compact, but like what's
like a nurturing environment, yeah.
Yeah, but I was thinking like oh my god, why can't I think of the word? Like boutique, beautiful, intimate. There you go. In an intimate, beautiful experience at CM. So I couldn't think of the word. I was like, I was tongue-tied. So, but Ellen, you talked about people coming to be coming to see shows together and reconnecting with the organization. But we're gonna throw it out to the alumni too. that we would love to have you come back. We would love to see you on that stage. We would love to have you come and help us in costumes or painting or working behind the scenes. We have a fantastic resident team of amazing designers who I know would love to have assistance. So Portia, you are working currently now on getting alumni back involved. How is that program going?
So a couple of months ago, Ellen and I decided to take some old cast lists from the huge binder of cast lists.
Oh, that binder!
It was a huge binder, and we typed them up. Go ahead.
I was going to say that's the list where Noelle would pull up and who was in what show. Oh, right. He was in Footloose. He played this person. I'm going to slide down the list and say, oh, here's Rob Buchwald. I'm going to call Rob Buchwald. He could play something. Sorry. Go ahead.
So we started typing up those names and emails in spreadsheets, but unfortunately we realized that a lot of the information was old and outdated. So what we decided to do was to create an online form for our alumni to just complete, very quick, simple. All we're asking for is your name, your email, your phone number, what year you were involved with CM, what shows you may have worked on, either on stage or behind the scenes or even as a volunteer. And we just ask that you take a few minutes to complete that. You can find it right on our alumni page. It's right up for you to see. And we just want to be able to contact our alumni in a quick and simple way. I mean, I know that we use social media a lot, but not everyone's on social media. So we want to make sure that everyone is welcomed back because we want to bring our CM family back together.
Absolutely. And we throw it out to anyone who is watching today. Come back and see us. The magic is still there. You walk through the door. It feels like you haven't left. It definitely looks very pretty in the lobby, I will say. Oh, yeah. You might notice the difference there, but what you will feel is what you felt when you were there during your time frame there. And we hope that you have your comeback to CM. I know comeback is good. Like, I don't want to have a comeback. It's just I've never left, but we would love to have you, be a part and be more of a part of the organization. So Portia, thanks for sharing that information. So I had a question from Emily Hanaway. She posted something and I'm going to scroll up to find it. So
Tim, while you're looking for that, Ellen was talking about alumni and the new alumni page, and then with Portia talking about filling out the form. Also, something really fun that we have there is once you fill out the form and you are reminiscing about the show that you were in, we have in our archives all of the shows that we've done in the past. And if you click on them, people are asking for the pictures. When we get them, we're scanning them in, and you can click on the show you were in and see those cast photos and those production shots. So the more you have, the more we can add.
I'm looking for them because Joe, I'm going to pull Joe on for a quick second. Ellen, we'll be right back. Joe, tell me, where are those pictures located? It's like literally all these pictures that I was pulling up in the broadcast, like this one, this one, this one. They're all on the website. So I'm going to pull it up, Joe, and we're going to literally show how easy it is to get here. I don't know how to get there, but you're going to show me. So let me pull up that, share my screen. CM Our History. Okay, great. I'm going to pull it open. I'm going to go back here. Okay, so here's the website. So, sure. Joe, where do I go?
From there, you can go up to shows and tickets at the top.
Okay.
And then go down to the production archive.
No. That's so simple. I mean, literally, let's take a look here. We literally have everything from 1987. Oh my, wait. High tops.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I cannot wait to see the leg warmers. Let there be leg warmer. Yes! Look at that. Look at that leg lift from Cara Furno over there all the way on the left. Oh my God, amazing. I mean, look at this. You can literally go through everything that we have done. West Side Story. Everybody talks about this. Is this the West Side Story that everyone talks about? Look at that.
The one I was in.
Mark, where are you?
I don't know. I was oh no, 1991. No, I was on the one after this, actually.
Well, we are gonna just for, I mean, look at this. All these productions are here. All these pictures. I mean, it's just, it's it's amazing. And as we start to build these photo libraries, more and more things will come up. So if alumni, if you have pictures from backstage, if you have pictures, the pictures you shouldn't have been taking from the pit. You know who I'm talking about. If you have those pictures and we can add them and they're great quality, we'd love to add them to the archives. So Portia, thank you for sharing that. So Elise, Mark, I was going to ask a question. Emily Hanaway had a really good question. So
yeah.
Okay. How will you work through rehearsals, a crowded lobby of audience members and seating? You may have already answered this question, but I came in a bit late. Emily Hanaway, why did you come late? Why? Why, Emily Hanaway? Why did you come late? Anyway, Patrick or Elise or Mark, you want to take this question?
Well, for the rehearsal process, just like we were saying before, we're not doing anything until we get the green light. We know just as much as you guys know out there. When they tell us the guidelines, you can be sure that we'll be following them. The safety of our performers and our public is our number one priority. So right now we have some ideas in play, but until they give us the kind of guidelines, we don't really know exactly how rehearsals will work. We're doing a lot, starting with On Your Feet is going to be done like this. Our wonderful music director, Matt, will be making vocal parts and sending it out to the cast so they can learn from home. Our wonderful choreographer, Ashley Nicastro, will be sending out choreography videos. We'll do as much as we can this way until they give us the green light to get in there and work.
Yeah, Patrick, I thought it was so interesting. So I spoke with your your production stage manager, Amanda Wenchel, because she is doing something that I don't think we've ever done before for our first show. In order to get things on your feet.
There it is.
On your feet, for the first time ever, we are holding auditions virtually, right?
Virtually.
How is that happening?
We don't know. We'll find out. No, it's actually pretty cool. People have been sending videos in the past. If you cannot attend the audition, you can send a video in. This time, unfortunately, since we can't gather at the theater, we are having the auditions done online. So thanks to Joe Naptel, who's been working nonstop around the clock. Our new website, again, our new new website, has a little section on there where you can click, Joe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you can click the show, pull down, it'll have an online form for audition. You could do that, and on the bottom will be 2 attachments where you can send your video of you singing and a video of the dance. And in particular, this case with On Your Feet, that's a little dance heavy, our choreographer will tape herself, put it up there, and you can repeat it and send it back to us. And then all of those videos go to our stage manager. She organizes everything. So it's really like doing it live. It's just through online. And we never had that before. So thank you, Joe, and thank you, everyone, for making that happen.
I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, what if the alumni who are not available to do this show, but wanted to send in their own dance audition. And we're like, I'm not available to do the show, but I just wanted to dance the audition. So here's my video.
I would love it. I would love it, love it, love it. I hope everyone does do it.
If people do that, we will put a compilation wheel of everyone's doing the audition for On Your Feet, and we will show it here in this in this website on this program. So Patrick, I know the information is online, but I bring up this address as well because I want to make sure that people who are watching and the people who are going to be watching this program afterwards, that if you want to receive up-to-date information of things that are going on at the theater, that this is the website to email and say, hey, I want to join your mailing list. I want to know what's going on in CM. So I was going to ask you, Mark, Elise, Patrick, how are we going to be updating and getting people up-to-date information?
I mean, the same ways we always do, right? So our website is always the Bible, right? That's where all the information always lives, cmpac.com. You can find everything there on our new, beautiful website. Our social media platforms, like I said before, Brendan does a great job of communicating everything going on. So if you're not already a fan or like us or follow us, on Facebook and Twitter and all platforms. Just follow us everywhere. We are everywhere. And just keep checking that regularly. That's where you'll always be up to date on what's going on. You can also join our mailing list. Give us your email, give us your information. We'll always make sure that you're on our email list, and we don't blast your box every single day with 1,000 emails. We just let you know all the important things that are going on, and those are the best ways.
Yeah.
So now, for our community, what are things that the community can do today to support CM? I know once we're ready to go, buying tickets, attending events, getting involved with fundraising, Inner Circle, but what is it that people can do today?
Well, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
For anyone who would like to answer.
Sure. So there's a couple of ways. One of them is scrolling across the bottom of the screen the whole time, right? It's donation, right? That's the very basic way you can help, is cmpac.com/donate. We are doing well. We will get through this. We will survive this. We do need help. We're not out of the woods yet, right? So one way is to just donate to us and help us until we're able to self-sustain and be able to sell our tickets, which our ticket sales should go up, I believe, around next week, where you'll be able to buy tickets for the next season. That is another way you can support us, is getting a subscription for the next season or buying tickets to some of the shows for next season. We also have a great new option for subscribers as well as our regular subscription. We have our Flex subscription. So it's a little more flexible, and you're able to book your dates kind of last minute. You don't have to book it all ahead of time the way that we do our regular subscriptions. So those are two major ways. But, financially is not the only way to support our organization. We are a volunteer organization. So donating time, maybe you don't have the talent to get up on stage and wow us with your voice and your dancing, but maybe you have the talent to paint a set, or to help build a costume, or to sell candy in our lobby, or to help seat people when they come in, or help us in the VIP section. We're always looking for volunteers. Volunteers are our best asset. It's the asset we love the most, right? And as I think we've talked about this whole program, when you volunteer at CM, you're not just kind of volunteering for some hours. You're actually finding a new home, and it's a place that no matter how you're involved, whether you're sitting on stage or emptying the garbage, no matter which way you're involved in our organization, it will change your life. It will change your life positively. It'll help you in life. It'll give you new skills you never had. It'll take something out of you that you never knew was possible. So, just getting involved in our organization is a great way to help not only us, but also yourself.
Yeah.
Also, it's with everything going on, it's hard to physically be there. And I think with CM Live and the CM Spotlight, it's hard for people to give money right now. We totally understand that. Even just sharing this to your family, your friends, your coworkers, letting them be aware that we're out there like this, that in itself is so meaningful to us. So there's so many things you can do. And even just everyone's nice emails and text messages to our companies, it's just, everyone's been so wonderful. It really made this whole process and this whole time a lot easier to live through.
Yeah.
So we're about to close out this program, and I have to say I love the conversation, and everyone, everyone's fantastic. So I want to throw up some really great comments, and if you have a last-minute question, now is the time to do that. To throw it into our question section in Facebook. So, Jeff, as a performer, I can say that it is always an honor to appear on the CM stage. We know the staff always take good care of us.
Hi, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Jeff's amazing. Jeff's one of our amazing people.
Amanda, it's amazing.
So,
So Christine Renner, she was reading my mind with the idea about sending in an audition video. I'm sorry, everybody who is working on the staff. I hope you know that if you do send in a video, please say, I'm not auditioning. I'm just sending in this video for the reel.
It's going to be horrible for me. I'm going to go, oh my God, are they auditioning?
she's in Hawaii, but she'll make the commute.
I'll tell you what, for $100 donation, Tim is going to do the audition sequence.
I'm sitting on a chair. I can't do it fully. So Lisa,
I believe someone said in the comments that they would give $100 to hear Ellen sing.
I saw that.
You saw that. Just let you know, tomorrow she is singing in our CM Live at 8 o'clock. So,
yay.
Well, Ellen, do you have something prepared right now just to throw you on the spot? Do you have something prepared?
No, I really didn't. This is my
Kiss the
first
day
day.
goodbye.
No crying
Oh.
today. No crying today.
You can also sing a cappella on.
You have to
you're
tune in
kidding me.
tomorrow for the
Tune in
excitement.
for tomorrow.
You gotta tune in tomorrow.
Tune in
Like
tomorrow,
Barbie.
and maybe I'll have a special show of my own where it's $100 a song.
Ooh.
Oh.
Fancy. Hey.
Fantastic. So we have a
I know.
comment.
Or 20.
Emily Hanaway, Tim, I can't keep track of the days. Don't come for me.
Yes, Emily.
Juliana, volunteering on the house staff team was my foot in the door to CM. So thankful for each and every volunteer we welcome into our home. And then we have a comment from Billy Thomas. I know him as Billy Thomas, but Bill Thomas, I miss my CM family very much. To see where CM has grown is amazing. When can we have a CM Pennsylvania branch? Traveling show to Harrisburg. Listen, if you want to pay for Journey to come to Harrisburg, we will come to Harrisburg. But Elise has to give that final approval. But anyway, keep up the great work. So with that, I'm going to leave it with that comment. Keep up the great work. That is what we all hear. Everybody who has appeared on the program this evening, those who are in the wings, that's what we are planning to do, to keep up the good work. And we plan to be here when we can. So I wanted to say thank you. Thank you to everybody who was on the panel this evening. Let's do a quick, I'm going to bring that picture up. I'm sliding up here. We had tonight Mark Ossé, myself, Bob Solak, Christine Jansen, Portia DiGiorgio, Ellen Dumlau, Joe Naftel on our executive leadership team, Elise Nicole Arpino, and Patrick Grossman, who never ages. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. And to our audience, thank you to everybody who has been tuning in to our broadcasts over the past couple of weeks. It's been really, really fantastic. So
thank you.
So next on CM Spotlight on June 4th, we're announcing it today. It's really, really exciting because we are going to be doing CM Spotlight's program. Let me remove that banner at the bottom. We are going to do Celebrating the Tony Awards with Michael Buscemi, Ronnie Green, Emily Nadler, Ashley Nicastro, am I saying right? And Ryan Nolin. So with the 2020 Tony Awards being postponed, it's like I have to say honestly, it's like the gay men's event of the year. It's like the Academy Awards for theater, the Tony Awards. It's not happening this year, unfortunately. And we are going to bring together a panel of Broadway experts to discuss favorite moments from Tony's past and debate things like, who is the best Mama Rose? Is it Ethel Merman, Betty Hutton, Angela Lansbury, Tyne Daly, Bette Midler, Bernadette Peters, Imelda Staunton? Anyone know who that is? Or is it Patti Lupone? Who knows? But we will be talking with that incredible group of panelists next week, June 4th. And then following on June 11th, we are going to be bringing back the original Pink Ladies, CM's original Pink Ladies, Lori Beth Balkenschneider, Christina Diorda Muniz, Renelle Goodman Hill, and Lisa Lamaccia. And that's going to be happening on Thursday, June 11th. And then finally, as we close, another friendly reminder that if you have not donated yet to CM, please consider donating today. It would be an amazing thing. Any dollar amount helps, and it will continue to allow us to get ready to open our doors when we can. So with that, this has been another CM Spotlight. I, again, thank you everybody who is on the panel. Thank you everybody who has been behind the scenes. Stay safe and well, and we'll all see you next week. Everybody,
Thanks,
say
Pam.
goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.